So Steve Hilton on Fox News is pretending to be a man of the people. But what is he really? Let's talk about it in today's video. Hi, I'm Mike Greiner. I'm a lifelong Democratic activist who's concerned about the direction your country is taking. I'm also a lawyer and an academic, and I'm here to help you stand up to the BS of the MAGA crowd. So Steve Hilton, one of the hosts on Fox News, is responding to the indictment of Donald Trump. Let's check out what he says. It's very informative in terms of where this MAGA crowd is coming from.
Right, so earlier this week, Donald Trump was arraigned in New York on charges that even such well-known ultra-MAGA Trump loyalists as Mitt Romney, the Russia hoax's Andrew McCabe, and CNN's Fareed Zakaria described as politically motivated.
Okay, let's be clear about a couple things. There may be some people who think it is politically motivated, but I gotta tell you, I think that they've got a good case, and I happen to be a lawyer, unlike Mitt Romney, by the way. You know who else thinks they have a good case? The grand jury, and that's all who matter. Let's keep watching.
And which Biden had all but confirmed were politically motivated anyway last year.
We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power if he does run, making sure he, under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president again.
That's not what he said. He was saying that he'll run against him and defeat him in the election. He wasn't saying that this was a politically motivated prosecution and that's how they were going to stop Donald Trump from running. You know, it's really amazing to watch Fox News because literally you watch Fox News and they will say something and then they will play a clip supposedly in support of what they're saying. But it turns out the clip doesn't support what they're saying. But it doesn't matter because they said what they want the people to hear and everybody believes it because they're part of the Fox News Trump cult and they drank the Kool-Aid. Let's keep watching.
But let's take a step back from the details of the case and make sure we are really clear about the big picture, about what is actually happening here. You've heard the term "get Trump" a lot in the last few days. It's what New York State AG Letitia James and New York DA Alvin Bragg promised their base.
They most certainly did not. In fact, as I recall, Alvin Bragg stopped the prosecution of Donald Trump, not believing there was enough evidence, and he later changed his mind as he saw more evidence come forth. Let's keep watching, though.
In their election campaigns, "get Trump." But the truth is, the ruling class in this country, and make no mistake, people like Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, elite universities, leftist politics, they are the ruling class in America today.
Wow. Okay, the ruling class in America. Let's just review who Steve Hilton is for a second. Ah, yes, there he is, Steve Hilton, Fox News host. Well, let's just find out some information about him. Well, he's 52 years old. He's from England. Let's see about his family. Well, as it turns out, Hilton is married to Rachel Whetstone, a former political secretary to Michael Howard and current chief communications officer of Netflix. They really are poor, aren't they? The couple was godparents to David Cameron's son. You might remember David Cameron. He was the Prime Minister of England. How about his education? He talked about those leftists going to those elite schools. Yes, he went to Oxford. That's really not at all an elite school, right? And he is certainly a man of the people, right? I mean, after all, he earned a salary at Fox News of only $4 million a year, and he has an estimated net worth of $950 million. So Steve Hilton is no man of the people. He's the elite of the elite. You know who didn't go to schools like Oxford? Well, me, for one, I went to the University of Massachusetts and Wayne State University, and I was glad to do so. You know who else didn't go to some elite name brand university? That would be Joe Biden, who went to the University of Delaware. So the ruling class are the people on the left? That doesn't seem right. But the point is, that's how the conservatives are getting the support. Because guess what? When you look at their agenda, people don't support it. People don't support tax cuts for the very wealthy. They don't support onerous abortion restrictions and allowing people to carry guns into schools. No, those things are demonstrated to be unpopular. But by pretending to be populist and pointing fingers at those leftists from their elite schools, they're able to curry favor with this base and convince them that they're really on their side, even though the reality is, on a policy basis, they're pretty much screwing them over. So let's watch some more of this Steve Doocy. Let's watch some more of this Steve Hilton commentary.
The ruling class has been trying to get Trump since day one. You saw it with the Russia collusion hoax. You saw it with
the Russia collusion hoax. From what I've seen, there's pretty strong evidence that there actually was efforts on the part of Russia to support Donald Trump. But yet simply by calling it a hoax, somehow we're pretending it didn't happen? Maybe. Let's keep watching.
Impeachment. You saw it with their election interference in 2020, burying evidence of Biden corruption. It was non-stop from the moment Trump showed himself to be a viable candidate. The smug, sanctimonious, self-regarding establishment in politics, the media, corporate America, they have been united in their total contempt for Trump and their total determination to crush and humiliate him, anyone in his orbit and anyone who supports him. And do you know why? They say it's because he was a threat to democracy. But they're the ones who silenced and censored opposition, who abused the FBI and the justice system.
Okay, wait a minute. As I recall, it was Donald Trump who politicized the Justice Department. And what's more is the prosecutions that were brought by the Justice Department in an effort to try to undermine the Russia hoax all resulted in not guilty jury verdicts. So much for the Democrats politicizing their Justice Department. But let's keep watching.
To pursue political rivals. They say it's because he had extreme policies. But they're the ones parroting Trump now on China, manufacturing, now even the border.
I'll tell you, we're not parroting him, though, on his efforts to give big tax cuts to the very wealthy, to get rid of Obamacare, or to take away women's right to choose, are we? Let's keep watching.
For goodness sake, they call Trump a bigot, but he was the first president elected who supported gay marriage. No, it wasn't anything substantive. As so often with those in power these days, it was embarrassingly superficial.
He also appointed justices to the Supreme Court who have taken away the right to choose. Boy, I'll tell you, they really work hard to try to kind of fit Trump into this square hole. Let's keep watching.
The real reason they're so dementedly determined to get Trump is that he was, in their view, a vulgar outsider who had the impertinence to challenge the ruling class. Worse still, he identified with the working class. That's why...
You know, he actually has a point here. The problem is he's pointing his finger in the wrong direction. There is certainly an element in the Republican Party who feels that way. But among Democrats, we hate Trump because he's a bigot and he stands for extreme policies and he undermines democracy. Those are the reasons we hate Trump. We thought it was an embarrassment that somebody like that would be elected after such a distinguished, impressive person like Barack Obama was president. So when he's talking about who the resentment should be against, it's not against us. It should be against other Republicans. Let's keep watching.
The elites constantly sneer at Trump for eating McDonald's. Let's call this what it is. It is class contempt. Their mission to destroy Trump really is an attack on you.
Let's be clear about something. Donald Trump was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. That guy doesn't know a working class person if they ran over him. Let's keep watching, though.
They want you to watch your president dragged through the courts to humiliate you. For all their talk about diversity and inclusion, the ruling class has total, hateful, patronizing contempt for anyone who isn't exactly like them. For anyone who doesn't talk like them, think like them, read the same books as them, who didn't go to the same schools as them, who doesn't eat the same food as them, who doesn't live in the same wealthy coastal enclaves as them. That's what this is really about. The ruling class want to see the person who is a living symbol of the fighting spirit and patriotic pride of working people and heartland America, locked away in prison in order to forever demoralize anyone else who's even thinking about challenging their political monopoly.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey.
Wow. Well, that was really something. And it's really amazing to see this person talking about how these poor working class people are being downtrodden when all the policies that hurt them are the ones being proposed by the Republicans and supported by Donald Trump. But that's really what the Republican Party is all about. It's a scam, an effort to try to fool working people into believing that they're really on their side because they appeal to their racist fears while basically taking all of the advantages away from everybody else. I find it interesting that they talk about how we don't believe in diversity because we don't want to include people who are different from us, when people who are as different as anything are welcome into our party, of all colors, races, religions. It's their party that's banning that. We aren't the ones banning books the way they are. But yet they're able to create this populist image that works for them. I'll tell you one thing, if there's anybody who can counter that, it's Joe Biden, actually, who does have working class roots and did actually go to state schools and did actually work his way up, and who does not earn $4 million a year, and who is clearly trying to speak to working people and let them know, hey, they may be making this racist appeal to you, but on the issues that are actually going to matter to you and your pocketbook, Democrats stand with you. Well, if you want to see another video where I talk about how Democrats are working to win back the working class, check out this video over here. I'll see you then. In the meantime, let's hope for continued progress. Thank you.